Well, hello, my name is Andres Santa Cruz. Now I'm applying for this position of Python software engineer. I have this Agentic Python Django quiz app. I already read that, and I have already created the copy and paste the instructions like here. Those are the same instructions here to here. So, working with just Agentic Flow, what I usually do is use a cursor, and I use Opus 4.6 right now, and I use what it is: rules, skills, subject agents, and commands. Today we're going to use like just rules and commands because this is just a simple application. So let's start with this, creating just a new agent and giving them some instructions like read instructions and create Cloud MD to start with this. It will be the start blueprint to start with the agentic project, and we're going to include what else would you include to this? Maybe tech stack, full project structure. What else? Maybe all data models with fields, all API endpoints, each within HTTP method, and paths. What else can we use? Also key business. Key business rules. Like what? What else? What key business rules? The oh, okay. It was scoring, feedback, tiers, async notifications, and also a handful useful commands. This will be the AI's reference for the entire project. So just hit enter and yes, let's start creating our first MD, our cloud. It's taking a little while, so I'll start creating the prompt for the cursor rules, which will be here, the rules. So let's start creating the rules. So based on instructions and the new cloud MD that we're gonna create, we're going to create 4 cursor rules in dot cursor rules. The first will be the Django conventions. Will be just a markdown also. And here we work with globals, with blobs. This first glob will be just the general dot py. That it will be the Django REST framework. We'll have the Django REST framework patterns, service layers, model conventions, error handlings, code style. The second we're going to create will be the API design.mdc. We create a glob. And we're going to create the views. Views.py. The URLs, the serializers, and it will be basically the REST URL patterns. Formats, also the HTTP methods, pagination, and validation. This markdown will help us with this. Now that I created and Claude. There it is. Now number 3, we're going to focus on testing. The globs will be just test .py. The test structure, naming, the coverage, and assertion patterns. I think we're not missing anything else. Right. Yep. Finally, the async patterns. And the globs will be tasks. Tasks, and let's create also services. This will contain the salary and threading approach, mock email, service, fault tolerance, the retry logic, and notification. And let's finally add this here that keep this file simple, like gives you each rule under maybe 40 lines. consists and optional. So with this, we're going to create our rules in Coursera. While it creates, I think we're going to start creating the commands that will help us. Also in the same folder. The first will be build feature dot md. We take an input, builds a complete feature, end to end, model, migration, and anything, everything else. Run tests at the end. The second will be test and fix. It will be basically for fixing some errors in each of the files. QuizApp runs until pass. As required, we're going to create also a seed data markdown for this. It will be a command also. Creates the seed data. With 2 plus 2 quizzes. AI quizzes. 5 quizzes. 5 questions, sorry. Each. Runs it. Fourth, a reviewer. It will be audit the code base for production readiness. Things like validation, error handling, edge cases, indexes, etc. Fixes issues. Finally, our last command will be check the progress of each acceptance criteria in the agent. Checks every acceptance criteria from the challenge. Instructions and reports what's done versus missing. Okay. After we have our all rules set up and also our commands set up, we can start building this. Okay, build feature, all data models from cloud. Quiz, question, choice, quiz user, attempt, answer, notification. What else can we say? Yeah, include proper relationships, indexes, timestamps, and string representations. No, first of all, before creating this, we're going to start the project, like set up Django project. Project, environment, install Django, DRF, and salary. Initialize. I want to call it quiz. And app called quizzes. I'm creating the project structure from plot, which is our base markdown, and add the requirements.txt. It seems it's already creating the environment and adding the requirements. and also building the features and migrations, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, app files, models, serialized services. Yeah. After this, we're going to create also the build feature again command to create the quiz management endpoints. Maybe like this. List ID, title, description only. Get also the app another API endpoint. Will be the ID. Now focus on the details with questions and options, but not correct answers. Then the post. With nested questions and the choices also. I think it's creating already the models, I think. It's creating almost, yeah. I'm going to build the attempt and submission. Creating the post. Maybe maybe it's generating already that, but I want to double check with these prompts. To submit answers. The scoring will be calculates correct total with percentages feedback tiers. It was 80%. Mm, 60, 79 percentage. Turn on. And 60. Equivalent. Return per question breakdown with correctness. Okay, cool. So it seems to have created everything already. So we're going to make sure that this instructions done and user quizzes attempts and notifications. Then tell me what else needed to finish the project as per instructions demands. Okay, what's missing? Seed data. So let's create seed data. minor, this doesn't care. Production readiness audit. So we use our created seed data. To open a console and open the start our environment. To quiz has 21 user. Okay, so the next command we're going to run it's or acceptance by criteria test and fix, I think. So no fix is needed. Review and improve. Now we're gonna ask if we generated the commands to run it and test it manually. Well, it's reviewing and improving, maybe on dry, on repeated functions, on solid principles or N1 queries. So this is how the commands are for. It helps. Those help a lot for this type of automated tasks. We'll test and fix after he finished. Oh, it seems it's already running the test suite. Okay, cool. No regressions. Well, let's try it again. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's start. It should return to quizzes. Let's create another. Oh, I have no Python installing this, so let's start with source. Then script activate. So it returns both as expected. Let's get with the get quiz details. It should respect with questions array containing choices, but no explanation and no is correct. So no, it's this the array, yeah, with orders, no explanation. Then start a quiz attempt. Expected 201, which is in progress. So it's correctly, it's in progress. Let's test for the 4, which we should expect like replace the attempt ID with the ID step with the step 3. Should get a 200. Let me get another again. Okay, there is an issue with this. Let's pass our whole and tell it. Oh, I just run it with yes with yeah with this with the temp ID. I should run it with the newly created ID, which is this one this one I created. Yeah, yeah, it's totally correct. It's totally my fault. So Let's start with this. Keep with this. The attempt ID is this one. Give me just give me the step 4. With the newly created ID, so I can keep testing the flow since there. So here it is. Correct. Status completed. Press submit. This should be an error. Yeah, correct. This should be a fail. Yeah, because it's null. Then this should be first 2001 and second will be the error. The first should be okay and the other should be, yeah, there it is. Yeah, because I've already attempted this. Expected array with the completed any one that is in progress should appear here. Attempt the detail, expecting the full detail. That's the full detail with the explanation, the description, and finally user stats. This should expect total depth of 2, average score of 80, and quiz taken 1. So it's as expected, is working correctly, the fully application, and just at the end for to check the finish, let's just start with check progress. Let's finish with check progress. This part is really interesting when you start working with that sub agent. With this happens is delegating to another agent. So this is like my main developer, so it's delegating to sub developers. This is hold here. Usually you can set that. Here in sub agents you can create maybe a station with complex tasks, like maybe adding maybe a project manager or maybe a QA tester. But for this small application, we're not needing this. So I'm just working just with the rules and with these commands that you have seen that they're really helpful. So everything is completed as expected in the instructions and as well as in the clock. Dump 33 from 33. Nothing is missing, nothing partial, 100% complete. All acceptance criteria for instructions MD are implemented, tested, and verified with manual API testing, which I have shown you. And the project had 44 passing tests, 6 models, 8 API endpoints, 2 seeded quizzes with 10 questions, and a full async notification pipeline with retry logic. This has been possible with the power of multi-agents, multi-commands, multi-rules, delegating different rules to different steps and different files and instructions and endpoints. So this they have taken only 40 minutes. Maybe if I haven't done this with AI, it will take in like way more, a lot, maybe days. But this is mostly how I work when creating an application from scratch. So thank you. I hope to hear back from you. Thanks.